Welcome to the Quimby Chronicles Momcast, where we talk about all things motherhood, family, and keeping your sanity through it all. On today's episode, we're talking about mama math. From budgeting for groceries to balancing our sanity, moms do algebra with our lives every single day. Ready to join the conversation? Come on in.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Quimby Chronicles Momcast, where you guys already know that we keep it real and relatable on this side. So I am Shantae, and of course we're here with my mommy dearest, Tracy.
Hey, Shantae.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. So we're back, and today we're going to be talking about mama math. So, what is mama math? We got three kinds of math we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the money math, okay? Like how we supposed to feed our children in this economy, okay? We're going to talk about the energy math, okay? Because how the hell they expect us to be everywhere all at once? Like, I wish I could clone myself sometimes. Like, what? And then finally, we'll be talking about time math. And here's a spoiler: we always come up short. Okay. So, y'all ready to join the conversation? You ready, Shantae?
Ready? Are you ready?
So, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, guys, so first we're going to be talking about the budget math, and that's, how are we going to feed our family of however many in this economy, because you guys already know the egg prices, milk prices, bread prices, prices of everything are constantly going up. So we're here to sit and talk about, can I afford this? How can I afford this? What do I have to do to afford this? And it's like I just said, the prices just keep going up, up and up, but the money is not going up and up and up. The money is more than likely staying the same, depending on what you do. But the money's more than likely staying the same, and sometimes it just feels like the check really isn't checking.
Right.
That that in itself is already a pretty stressful situation right there. And you're sitting there thinking, can I afford this? And when you really think about it, it's not just about the money. It's the time, the energy, the impact that it has. And this is all in a relation on how it affects your family and yourself directly. And, mental calculations, which I won't lie, I am awful at that. So that's normally what my husband does, which is why we go grocery shopping together, because I'm over here, la 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 la. Yeah, we need this, we need that, we need this.
Right.
Already doing the calculations in his head. And then I'm like, man, is this going to be over this amount? Because we would budget for a certain amount. And he's like, oh, no, we're good. I was doing the math in my head. So if you need to, get your little calculator, a little pocket calculator from the dollar store, and do what you need to do. Because we really need to stick to these budgets, especially how these prices are looking lately. Like, the prices of groceries is really making me sick to my stomach these days.
Ridiculous.
And I don't like it. I really don't. I really don't like it.
Shoot, I want to say, speaking of grocery prices, we went to Costco the other day. Did I spend like almost $800? It was either 4 or 8.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be in your business, but that had my stomach hitting the floor.
Yeah, it was either 4 or 8. But I mean, that's the thing. We're a family of 6. So, I mean, hey, you gotta feed them. So what we gonna do? So yeah, that money math, I don't like it. Okay. I'm in the negative all the time. I feel like I go to work just to pay for stuff. So adulthood. Hold on. 2 thumbs. We don't like it here. All right, so next we're gonna talk about the time equation. And do I even need to talk about the time equation? Like, be for real. Do I really need to talk about it? Because as a mom, there are never enough hours. There are never enough hours in the day to do everything that you have to do, the things you like to do. Like, you gotta pick and choose. You gotta do a little sprinkle of like, sprinkle of need, sprinkle of want, sprinkle of need, and just hopefully it balances out. Okay. But the thing about it is, regardless of whatever it is, we're gonna make it happen. We are gonna make it happen no matter what. We always gonna figure it out. And so like for me, a typical day is, get up, well, typical school day anyway, get up 6:15. My sister and I would get the girls ready, drop them off. So then we're back usually like 7:30, 7:45. And then during that time, for me, it's either okay, like I know I got this laundry that's taking up this whole other side of my bed. I know that that's there. I know that I need to do more laundry because Lyric's going to have a mental breakdown if she has no more squirts for the week. And let there be no squirts and no pants. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No. It's a whole something. So it's like, but then I have editing to do for the podcast. I have editing to do for the videos I do with my sister. I have social media content to create. And then on top of that, I'm throwing my daughter, Jasmine, a graduation party. So there's that. And then, you sprinkle in a little bit of work here and there. So it's like by the time I get back home and I decide what I'm going to do, by the time I get in a groove really well, like it's time to go get Lyric again. And I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday. I used to take my naps between 11 and 1. Honey, I am in the bed. I'm taking these naps. And I haven't been for like the last, I don't know, maybe like the last few months or so. I haven't been taking naps. But yesterday, my body was like, excuse me, hey, remember me? I need you to go lay down somewhere. And I did. I lay down and I was supposed to only take a nap for an hour and a half. I took a nap for like, I think I slept for like 3 hours. And then I ended up being up to 3 o'clock in the morning. But then guess what? I got back up at 6:15 this morning. So, I was able to get some stuff done at that time. I was up late at night, but then I'm still working at a deficit because I only got 3 hours of sleep. And I took no nap today. So, it is what it is. But moms, we always gonna make it happen. And another thing we do is that we always have this invisible to-do list in our head. And I know for me, like in the morning, I'm like, okay, I have to do this, this, and this today. Now, if I get through with these, then, these are the things that I would like to get done today. So there's always a to-do list, well, need to do list, and then there's a want to do or nice to get done list. But, on top of that, you know, it's, oh, hey, mom, we don't have any ketchup. So, okay, put it on the grocery list. Hey, mom, whenever you make an order again, we need some bread. Put it on the list. Hey, ma, if we have any more, put it on the list. So that's the thing is there's a running grocery list in my head. And I always still ask others in the house, like, what do we need and stuff like that. But still, you always have this mental list going in your head. So, honey, that time math never maths. It never adds up. You always have so much to do and, not enough hours in a day. But still, aside from all of that, I have to challenge myself to find time to do something to recharge myself, other than the naps. Well, the naps work great. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? The naps do a really good job of recharging me. But, sometimes a nap isn't always possible. So to find other ways to relax and recharge is something that I'm working on. And I know I used to get up like 15 minutes early and I would journal and just kind of reflect on what I want for the day and what happened the day before, what could be better today. Well, I'd be trying to get them extra 15 minutes of sleep because I'd be tired. Okay. So, but it's all a balance, and that's what life is. It's just you balancing those wants and those needs, and sometimes those things that you want to do they become needs, and your body be like, hey, excuse me, yeah, lay down somewhere. Okay, okay. So, somehow though, we always get it done. We get it done every time.
And speaking of balance, that brings us into the emotional math that we are doing, this emotional mama math, mother math, whatever you want to call it. And that's like how my mom was just talking, saying that she, used to get up, 15 minutes early to do something for herself, which that's prioritizing. Sometimes you really do need to prioritize yourself, whether that's taking a nap or journaling or making a coffee, like whatever you do that makes you happy it's important to throw that stuff in there too. Me personally, I love a good nap. I am my mother's daughter. I love me a good nap because I have certain days where I need to specifically schedule my nap to make sure I get one because I've always been, ever since I had my son, and they always say sleep when the baby sleeps. I've never been that person. I try. I really do. I try. But I am just naturally a busybody. Like, even if there's nothing to do, my brain is going to find something to do. Oh, well, maybe since I did this, I can go and do that so I don't have to do it later. Why? Why? Why don't I just go and sit down? Because even at my, okay, well, I know I'm no longer a spring chicken, but even at my age, my body gives me these signs like, okay, girl, we're about to shut down. I need you to go drink some water and go have a seat. Just sit down and relax your nerves because I overworked especially these past couple of weeks, which was because we're moving. If you guys haven't noticed, new surroundings, new house, woohoo. But these past, I would actually say, for like past couple of months, I have been working myself to the bone because I'm running around behind my two all day. And then I'm still trying to get stuff packed, still doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, still finding time to socialize with people other than my children, making mom friends and making sure my kids have friends and stuff like that. Like, I was working myself literally to the bone. Like I had moments where I was like, okay, I actually feel like I could pass out and just take a nap right here in the middle of the street. And that's not really the best thing to do. So we just need to take a moment and relax, which
Very firm
I've
on that.
up on my relaxation lately. But I was had me a little moment where I almost had a little breakdown. And
Yeah.
as we've talked about some episodes before, we know what happened last time I had my little breakdown. I had my Britney Spears moment. So I can't let myself get bad like that again. And that's the reality of it because as moms, we have so much weight put on ourselves to, like, yes, you say like you have the man of the house, head of the house, whatever, but it's moms that run the house. Whether you're a single mom or not, it's the moms that run the house that literally keep the house running. So you have to remember
Right.
to prioritize yourself in all that tornado. And the when you work yourself tired like that and you're not prioritizing yourself, then that affects how you show up as a mom, as a wife, as a partner. And then that could
Absolutely.
also take a negative toll on your mental health, physical health, emotional health, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
So that's why it's important to prioritize yourself because you're not just a mom, you're not just a wife, you're not just a partner. You're still your own person. Whether it's deep down far in there where you can't find it anymore, she's still in there
Right.
somewhere. So she needs to be prioritized and well taken care of, just like how everyone else is taken care of. And honestly, rest and naps, they're never in the budget. You feel like you just never have that time to actually sit down and take a break. But you're gonna have to fight through that and sit down and take a break because, like we always say, you can't pour from an empty cup. You
Right.
you have to take care of yourself the same way that everybody else is being taken care of.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then one thing that you did touch on where you talking about, showing up for everybody else is, that we, like I said in the beginning, no matter what, we always get it done. And a lot of times that comes at great cost to ourselves. Us showing up strong for everybody. Well, I'm not going to show this emotion because I got to be strong for the kids. I got to be strong for my mom. I got to be strong for this person. I got to be strong. We are the what's the word I'm looking for? We're the pillars of the family. We got to be strong for this person, strong
Or
for that
like
person.
foundation, was that what you were looking for?
Say again?
Nation, was that what you were looking for?
No, no, I think maybe pillar. I don't know. Not foundation, no. Like a pillar. A pillar holds stuff up.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. More like, we're the shoulder everybody leans on. And then, a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to lean on anybody else's shoulders because we feel like, oh, well, if I do this, then I don't seem like I'm strong, or it doesn't seem like I have it together. And I think that's a mindset that we definitely need to toss out the window, because it's only when that happens, it's to the detriment of not only ourselves, but then, like you said, it's a detriment in how you show up as a partner, how you show up as a mom, how you show up as a sister, how you show up as a daughter. Like, it just takes its toll. And, like they say, mess rolls downhill. So that's exactly what happens. You put yourself out there and you overextend, and then you don't take anything back in. So that's definitely something that I feel like we need to do better at, prioritizing ourselves and knowing when to ask for help. And I think that's something we talk about all the time, knowing, and not only knowing, actually doing it. Because a lot of times you'd be like, oh, I know I probably should, but I got it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and I got it. Okay, yep, you got it. And then months down the line, you realize, oh, well, damn, I didn't have it. Okay, so I jacked that all the way up, wasted these months of my life, whatever the case may be. So we definitely need to get into the mindset of asking for help, and showing that vulnerability to the people around us that are in our village, in our community. But and along the same lines, so let's talk about. So we've talked about the money math, how we can try to make these little coins that we have stretch a little further to feed our kids, or well, feed our families, to house our families. And let's not even talk about clothing these children, okay? Okay, because and then they have the nerve to grow at these outrageous rates. So we talked about money math. We talked about time math, where we never have time for anything that has to do with us, but we always make it happen when it comes to, especially when it comes to the kids. We are gonna make it happen all the time, every time. And then we also talked about emotional and energy math. So now, to switch gears, let's talk about what we deserve. I can't talk this evening. So, number one, let's start by rewriting these equations. So, we need to start including joy, including rest, and including sisterhood in the equation. And for me, a lot of times, you think about it, and a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you too big to such and such, such and such." Well, and I'm gonna do it. And that's the thing. I think we've gotten into this. We have this mindset that once you become this age, then you shouldn't be doing this. You turn 30, then you shouldn't want to play with water balloons or whatever. You know what I mean? It's this, like, these sets of unwritten rules. Bowls are for little kids. And I know, like, Jasmine, she has these bowls. She'll put her hair like in a half ponytail, and she wear her little bowls, and her bowls are so cute. They're so cute. And if it's something like that that makes you feel good and makes you feel pretty, like, do it. Okay, I got my little lion slippers in there that I think are the cutest thing. Now, they ain't worth nothing when you walking around the house, and them, they ain't worth nothing, but they cute. They cute. So I think that's what, a lot of times when it's pertaining to us, it's always, oh, do we need it? But when it's the kids, he'll like this, she'll like this. Let me go on and get it, knowing that they don't need whatever it is. But when it comes to you, then it's, well, I don't really need it. And then I do have this at home that I haven't even opened yet. And da 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 da. Da. No, we got to stop that when it comes to ourselves, because we're cheating ourselves. I believe we're cheating ourselves. So definitely joy, rest. We talked about the naps, and sisterhood. And I mean, sisterhood looks different for everybody. For some people, sisterhood looks like having a circle of 20 friends. For me, it's very different. Okay. My circle is two friends.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my family, my immediate family. So, yes, that's what sisterhood looks like for me. But whatever sisterhood looks like for you, you know, embrace it, because that can be an outlet for you. Somebody who, and I think we talked about it on another episode, where you have that person that you can talk to that gets where you're coming from, and it's not like, oh, they're just complaining, oh my God, here she go again. Like, or somebody who minimizes, what you're going through. Like, they want to one up you all the time. So that's definitely.
Yes. Friends that are friends that are always wanting to be in competition with you. Like, sweetie, I'm not trying to have a competition. I was venting. I'm sorry. I thought this was a safe space. My bad. My bad.
Right,
And,
right,
talking
right.
about that whole joy, the joy aspect that you were talking about, That onesie that you guys got for me, was it my birthday or one of my Christmas presents?
I don't know. It might have been Christmas. I'm
But
not sure.
I
I don't remember.
I have it over in the closet over here right by the front door. It's this Grinch onesie and it
Mm-hmm.
has like the little piece of like the Grinch's hair
Mm-hmm.
and it has a different texture. Like I love that onesie.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime my husband even mentions a movie, oh yeah, I need my onesie. And that's why it's down here in this closet to get
Yeah.
because we watch movies right here in the living room, closet right there.
Right.
I have both of my onesies in there ready to go. And I love stuff like that. And those lion slippers that my mom was talking about, I have the same ones that I still wear now. They are
Mm-hmm.
also in that closet.
Right.
It's hardwood floor down here, and I like wearing my slippers on the floor. So things like that. And mind you, I'm 23, gonna be 24 at the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I still like them, and I'm still gonna wear. I'm gonna wear them till I can't fit them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that onesie. That onesie is cutting it close. For being honest, that onesie is cutting it close. That onesie was like from almost 40 pounds ago. So I might have to let that go soon. But
Easy.
the point is, it brings me joy at my big
Right.
and I enjoy it.
Right.
So I'm going to continue doing it.
And we support it. We support it. I still have my onesie, the onesie that I bought. Remember we bought those onesies that year where you had the rabbit and I had the panda?
Yes, and I was so hurt when mine didn't fit anymore because that was when I was still in school, I believe. So I'm not even close to the size I was in high school anymore.
I just said I need a moment.
Yes, I tried to say it as nicely about myself as I could, but I am
Right.
no longer near that size. So I was pretty hurt when I had to give it up. I think I had to give
It be
that up
like
after
that.
Luca, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah. It
I
be
think
like
after
that.
I had to give that one up.
Yeah. Yeah, I still wear my onesie like on the days it's cold. I'm gonna put that onesie on and I will go drop these kids off and do not care.
Yes.
Okay. Get
Yes,
out in the
as you should.
onesie like because it keeps me so warm. It's so warm. So I love it. I love it. So yeah, we got to do those little things that bring us joy, even if it's just for a microsecond. We definitely we got to do it. So the next thing we deserve is setting realistic boundaries and shifting that load. So, as moms, a lot of times a lot of the pressure we have is self-imposed. I know a big thing for a lot of moms is, especially if you have older children, these children need to learn responsibility. These children need to do this. But you don't want to argue. You don't want to argue. You don't want the attitude. And you be like, and then they probably not going to do it properly anyway. So let me just go and do it myself. I'm going to just do it. So, a lot of the stuff that we have is definitely self-imposed. And, I know growing up, child, okay, we took turns washing dishes. We was cooking. We were sweeping. We were mopping. I think like every Sunday we cleaned out the refrigerator. And when I say clean out the refrigerator, not, oh, we're going to throw this old food out. Oh, absolutely not. You're going to get this warm bowl of water, put some vinegar in it, get you a rag, and you're going to wipe down all the shelves, take everything out. Oh my God, I hated it. I hated it. But I will tell you, okay, my mom sure passed that load off. Okay. But here I am, just like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to argue. I don't want to. Yeah. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. So yeah, no, we have to do better about shifting the loads. Whether it's to kids, it's to your spouse, your partner, you got a roommate, whatever. A lot of people, a lot of women, we just take on stuff because, number one, we don't want to hear nobody mouth. And number two, we don't want anybody to feel like, oh, you're doing something for me. So, and that's that hyper independence that we have. Sometimes it's to our detriment because we end up piling all this stuff on our plate and then be looking shocked when the plate just spills over. Like, which, okay, so we got to do better. We got to set. And the key is realistic boundaries. That's the key, realistic boundaries. Okay.
One thing I do want to say, I want to say this was like a couple weeks ago. I saw this post. No, I think it was like earlier this week where there's this trend going around where it's like men versus whatever or women versus whatever.
Yeah.
I found a thread that said oldest daughter versus, and when I tell you every single post in that thread, and I want to say there were like 13 of them. Every
Yeah.
single one was accurate. It's like, oh, older sisters versus not taking on the responsibility like from their younger siblings. And it's like stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. So when you said hyper independence, because that was one of them, like oldest daughters versus hyper independence, or oldest daughters versus not needing anybody for anything ever. I'm like, yeah, y'all didn't have to yell like that. It was serious. I was looking at it and I was just scrolling through them and I was like,
oh wow. I wish you would have saved it. You should have saved it.
I can go and find it because I liked it. So I should be able, if it's still like, you know, an active post, I'm gonna find it and post the thread to Quimby Chronicles Instagram. I'm gonna go and find it.
That's funny. Did one of them say? Did one of them say oldest daughter versus younger ones taking their clothes? Did it say that? It should have.
It should have, because Jasmine used to hit my closet for licks. She used to hit your closet.
Used to.
Whatever she thinks looks good, she's gonna take it.
Used to. She just told me the other day. She said she just passed by. She browses in there. What? And she said too. She was like, "Yeah."
And hit y'all up for clothes anymore, all the way over here. Like I can't even.
And we're happy. We're happy about it.
She didn't mean that, y'all. They definitely miss us. We
do miss you.
We were half of the party over there. Yeah, if y'all knew my kids, especially my son, characters.
He's so raggedy.
Characters. They are truly something.
My grandson is raggedy. He is.
Yeah. He's the most flip-flop toddler I have ever come across. Like like I was just telling my mom earlier today, he was literally having a full-on meltdown in the car because I think we were going to go see something about some trading cards. It was a whole thing. That where we were going didn't matter. But we're getting in the car, Mom, we're gonna go see Gigi. And I was like, no. I was like, yeah, well, we're gonna go in a couple of days because like 5 or 6 days we're gonna be heading that way to Florida anyway. So I'm like, yeah, just a couple of days. We're not going to see Gigi today. I was like, what are you talking about? And he starts full on crying. And mind you, it's like 8 something in the morning on a Saturday. Most people aren't even up yet, and he is just wailing, crying. I want to go see Gigi. I want to see Gigi. Mom, I can't even go see Gigi. Like just going on and on and on and yelling, crying. But then when he sees her on the phone like half an hour ago, hi.
Yeah. Because
you would have been sliding down the wall, rolling across the driveway if I let you upset that you weren't going to see Gigi today. And now that you see her, hi. Or when I say, tell her goodnight, no thanks.
My boy said moment's over.
It had to be at that point. That boy,
moment's over.
Luca is truly something. Like, I need to take more videos of my son because he is truly something.
He is hilarious. He is hilarious. All right, so the final thing we're going to do is we're going to build a community around support and care, not around the qualities that we have, the qualities that we can give to other people. We want where not only are we pouring into people who pour into us. Definitely a community that's not just about survival, where everybody's just like, hey, we barely making it. And I think I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was saying how I feel like people live their lives with blinders on these days. You know, it's like it's all about, we like this, and it's all about what I have going on and all about what I need to do, versus, looking at how you're affecting the world around you. People are just in their heads and, dealing with whatever they're dealing with. And I mean, life is hard. Life is definitely hard, and it's getting harder by the day. But I still think that we need to take those blinders off and just look at the world around us and look at what's going on and look at how our contributions affect it. So definitely building a community around care and not survival is the goal. You have anything to add, Shantae? 'Cause that's it for me.
No, I think I chimed in on my little tidbits that I had. I'm really good when it comes to the real world examples. That's my zone right there. I have a story for everything. Anything mentioned. Oh, I remember this one time. Yeah, I have a story. I'm that person. I have a story for every single thing.
And we appreciate it. All right, well, that is it for us today about Mama Math. So we talked about time math, money math, We talked about emotional math or energy math, and then we talked about time math. And then we talked about ways to combat that negative math that's going on, especially in the emotional and the energy sector, because that's the biggest. And I feel like that influences all the other types of energies also. So that is it. So you can what, Shantae?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're on YouTube at the Quimby Chronicles. We're on Instagram at the Quimby Chronicles. We're on TikTok at the Quimby Chronicles. And if you would like to email us, we are thequimbychronicles@gmail.com. So let's not end the conversation here. So if you have anything that you wanted to add or anything that you see differently, definitely let us know in the comments, either here, we're on Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Send us a message on social media. And of course, throughout the week, we'll be posting little tidbits. So that is it. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Thanks for tuning into the Quimby Chronicles Momcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and join us next time as we tackle more of the beautiful chaos that is motherhood.